Hey Aquarius, welcome to Summertime Tarot. My name is Summer and this is a general singles love reading to see what new love is headed your way. So we're going to take a look at this individual coming towards you, any blockages, and what you can do to kind of pull this person in or pull this new love in. Okay, so we're going to start off just to see like the general energy around this new love for you. Okay. So we have here total submersion. It reads, don't be afraid to totally immerse yourself in a project, interest, or goal. Give it 100% of your energy and you may find what your life has been lacking. Okay, so you and your person may both be in a space where you guys are kind of very much focused on, you know, your life goals, your path, the things that you want, right? And you're totally like immersed in that, right? You're spending time focusing on kind of diving deep into that. It could be, you know, focusing on your spirituality, getting deeper into that. Maybe a work project, starting your own kind of business, any of that kind of stuff. And it looks like your person is also kind of in that energy. And this kind of being in this space, I feel may actually bring you two closer together, right? You could meet this person while you're working on this project, or you know, at work, something like that. So let's go ahead and get some more info. Alright. Okay, so this new love moving towards you. So we have here a child, 5 of Swords, integrity, the Sage, and the 2 of Wands. Okay, on the bottom of the deck we have here abundance. So yeah, with the abundance on the bottom of the deck, I feel like this relationship, this person coming in is going to be someone who could, like, you know, have their money together. Right? But I also kind of feel like you moving towards your own kind of abundance, you focusing on your coins, your bread, your paper, whatever you want to call it, right, is going to kind of call this person out, right? Because I'm looking at the whale, and it makes me think about how you know, whales kind of come up, you know, for air, whatnot. And so like I kind of feel like you diving deep into, you know, focusing on your own abundance is going to kind of be this very much healing process for you. And once you do kind of come up for air, that's when this person is going to kind of show themselves. But with the child here, this person could be younger than you, or they could have a child. Right? Or maybe you have a kid, I don't know. But I kind of feel with this child here, this is you know, like we were saying, someone new, someone different, someone who's kind of ready to go on a new journey with you, right? With the Five of Swords here, they may be in a space where they're struggling to kind of figure out who they are and what they want out of life, right? Because we do have here integrity, but with integrity here, I do feel that they are a very like an honest person, right? And with the Sage here, this could be somebody who like I was saying, could have a lot of abundance, right? They could have some money. This could be somebody that if you guys, you know, like I was saying, work together or something, they could be a little bit higher up on the pay scale than you. They may be your boss. Who knows? Oh, snap. Some of y'all might be going with your bosses, but they do look like a very honest person, right? Who's ready to kind of connect and go on like a new journey, a new... I feel it almost gives me, they may be very like old school, right? Very kind of play by the rules. They don't do a lot of, you know, craziness. But with the child here, I do get that they have a very kind of light and airy kind of fun soul, where they are kind of willing to explore and do new things and connect and try new things, that kind of thing. But at the same time, they do kind of give me a kind of maybe stuck in their ways, kind of old school kind of vibe. They don't do too much craziness kind of thing, if that makes sense. But let's go ahead and let's do some clarifying. So let's look at this here, child. This connection could totally bring about a child for some of y'all. But let's see. All right. Thank you. Okay, so we have Seven of Pentacles and Temperance. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Hermit. Okay. Yeah, so for some people, this person may actually be like an only child. I kind of get that feeling where they, right, with the Hermit being here at the bottom of the deck, they may have spent some time, you know, very much by themselves and kind of learning how to do things on their own, which gives them a very kind of right, with this Temperance here, it's very like patient, very nurturing, kind of energy. Not very forceful, but very kind of slow moving, right? Like I was saying, almost very old school, where they take their time. They're like practiced. Almost like they don't really do anything like half-assed. Like they're very much like they may be slow to kind of like, because this integrity is making me look at the what is this, a cheetah? I don't know, but like it's kind of slow creeping, crawling kind of thing. So this connection may be one that kind of starts off kind of slow, right? Because they're they seem like a person that very much takes their time with things. They like to Yeah, they could be very much like a chaser. Let's look at this here, Five of Swords. Okay, so the Hermit wants to come out again. Thank you. Okay, so we have, with the Five of Swords, we have the Hermit and the Ten of Pentacles. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Wands. Yeah, so this person could totally be like, I don't want to say like split personality or anything, but like they could be a person that is very, like with this Hermit here and also the Sage, like very reserved, but it's almost like they have like a daytime personality and a nighttime personality, if that makes any sense. Like the song that's coming to my mind is like, the freaks come out at night. The freaks come out at night. But like, I'm sorry. All right. But it's almost like they're reserved, but they can cut up. Is what I'm getting. And I kind of feel like if you guys do meet at work, right, because we do have the Ten of Pentacles here, or say through, you know, a family friend or just a friend or family member, they may be very kind of like reserved and pulled back to themselves, right? But once you kind of get to know them, yeah, and they could very much come off like very innocent, like very right, with this child here, where they kind of have this work persona, but underneath that there's more. So let's look at some more. Let's look at integrity. Okay, one more for integrity. Okay. So we have the Knight of Cups, the Five of Cups, and the Nine of Pentacles. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Wands. Yeah, this very much seems like a very sweet and soft-natured person. They're very like caring, possibly very generous with their time, with their energy, right? They don't seem like a person that says much, but it's like their energy, their aura is very like pure, right? With this child here, it's very like pure, very peaceful to be around, but also very wise here with this Sage, right? It's almost like they don't say much, but when they do, it's kind of very touching. Very like, almost like very much well thought out and meaningful, right? It's like they, with this King of Wands, they very much speak and act with purpose. They don't just do anything, like I was saying, like they don't do anything half-assed. It's like they do things, they move and speak with so much purpose. That's kind of what I'm getting here. But I get the sense that they very much see you, and they may see you, right, with this Five of Cups, Yeah, it's like they have a great deal of wisdom about them. It's like they don't say much, but they pick up a lot, right? And they may see you very much as being this kind of, in this Five of Cups energy. They see your sadness, they see your pain, they see that you're not exactly, you know, feeling your best, but they see just how kind of worthy and amazing you are, right? And it's almost like they see the beauty in you, the whole you, right? All of the aspects, even the little things that you may not like or you may not kind of feel too fond of. They see it and they say, oh yeah, I like that. That's kind of what I'm getting. Like, you know how like kids, right? Because we do have the child here. It's like very pure hearted person. Let's look at this sage. Okay, we're just gonna take all of these. All right. So we have here the Two of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and the Moon. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Wands. With this sage, they may have a hard time like letting go of their own kind of fears, their own beliefs, their own kind of, you know, stories and belief systems, right? They may, you know, like I think I did say they may be stuck in their ways, but that, yeah, they may be a person that's very like stubborn. And like, once they have made up their mind, they, you know, they stick with it no matter how wrong or right it may be. But it doesn't give me like angry vibe. It's just they're very passionate, right? Passionate and strong-willed kind of person. Right? And it could be because they have been through a great deal that has kind of shaped them into this individual, right? Because we do have the sage here, right? They've been through a lot. They've gone through a lot. They've learned a lot. And with that wisdom comes kind of like stubbornness, right? And let's look at this Two of Wands. So we have the Eight of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, and the Star. So yeah, with this Two of Wands, so like, yeah, they seem like an individual who really wants to like find their match and get to working. Right, and that could be right, we do have a child here, that could be on making a baby. You know, getting a good home life, that kind of thing. But I also get the feeling that they're very much focused, right? Because we do have the Eight of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. They are very much focused on their coin, their bread, right? This seems like a person that's very much focused on their own kind of stability and wanting to connect with individuals who are like-minded and want to build, right? So the person seems a bit, right, the freaks come out at night. This might be a freak, I don't know. But you know, they're coming with love here with this Knight of Cups. They may be a bit of a loner, but they seem like a person that really very much takes care of their family, their home, and is focused very much on stability. But let's go ahead and see the blockages here. So we have the Queen of Air, the Ace of Pentacles, the Seneschal, I don't know if I pronounced that right, Love, and the Ten of Wands. Okay. Yeah, so it looks like here you may be in a space where you're very much focused on, right? Because we do have the Queen of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles, very much focused on this new kind of stable beginning, right, in love. But I kind of get the feeling with the Seneschal here, things are taking, you know, you feel like things are moving slowly, right? Towards, you know, love coming in the way that you want it. And you may have, you know, these desires, these expectations about how, when this love is going to come in, and that's kind of become a burden. It's kind of weighing on you and kind of slowing the process down even more, I get the feeling, right? Because it's kind of closing you off, right? It's kind of like almost like a camera, like you've kind of zeroed in on what you want. And because you've zeroed in on it, it's like you're not kind of allowing for things to shift and change and move in ways that they need to. And so it's going to be necessary for you to kind of let go of any kind of ideas you have about who this person is that's coming towards you, when they're coming, how they're supposed to make you feel, and what they're supposed to bring along with them, right? It's kind of like that. Because, right, you may have like these big expectations, not saying lower your expectations, but these expectations are kind of blinding you from seeing just what's in front of you and the various kind of options and opportunities that you have going forward in love. But also I get the feeling you may be a person who's very like slow to open up. And when you do kind of open up, you may bring along with you some kind of like baggage, right? I hate to say it, but baggage that kind of comes along with it. You may have your own kind of preconceived notions about how people are supposed to act in love relationships, and, you know, what they're supposed to bring to the table and all that kind of stuff, which is kind of actually coming from like a blockage in your heart, it seems to me. That's kind of influencing, and could also be influenced by how you feel about yourself. But this could also be you're very much focused on, you know, your bread, your coin. And, you know, you're not willing to kind of compromise in certain things, which is good, but just make sure you're staying open. You're focusing on love. You're allowing things to unfold as they may. And you're not kind of harboring any resentments or fears when it comes to love. Okay? But let's see what you can do to bring this love in. So we have here the Seven of Wands, the Three of Cups, the Nine of Wands, Perception, and Body Mind. So Page of Swords. Okay, so you may, with this body, mind, and perception, you may be very much a person who is, or who sees the importance of like first impressions. That's the best way I could explain what I'm thinking, right? And I kind of get you, but it almost gives me a vibe that you very much can kind of sense and see whether or not the energies that you come in contact with, the people you come in contact with, whether or not you'd be willing to open up, or whether or not they would do the same kind of thing, right? You kind of go off of first impressions, and you can sense people's energy and whether or not it's good for you. And I kind of feel like this is important, right? This is going to be important, but at the same time, right, because we do have here in your blockages, you may be harboring some resentments, or your judgment may be clouded by past stuff. So it's going to be important for you to kind of clear out and be open-minded, right? Because with the Nine of Wands here, you may be very guarded and kind of reserved and pulled back and not wanting to entertain people, right? But it could be based off of your preconceived notion. So just be mindful of that. Just be mindful and do your best to stay open, and don't allow like your first impressions or preconceived notions stop you from opening up, enjoying yourself, interacting with different people, and kind of exploring your options, right? But also it's good to be protective of your energy. Be mindful of who, is coming around you, any kind of energies you may be picking up, right? But don't allow any kind of past stuff to ruminate and kind of interfere or influence how you're perceiving people, because that can also have a negative effect. Okay, but let's see what messages want to come out for you. Because I do, like I was saying, like this person coming in, this person may be very like different from you, right? Which, because it could it could be that they're just very different from what you consider normal, or they're very old school, and you have like a different way of seeing things. And you may find yourself being like, okay, well, we have, nothing in common. But in reality, if you give it some time and you allow things to kind of play out, you may be like, hold up, wait a minute. I like this person. So don't go off of, first judgments or what have you. Stay open-minded. Okay, let's see. What messages do you have for Aquarius when it comes to this new love headed their way? So we have here the Sacred Woman, okay? Okay, so, all right, that does make a little bit of sense. Okay. Because what I'm getting with this Sacred Woman is, right, like I was saying, this person moving towards you may be like stubborn. But I also get the feeling here with the Sacred Woman, you may also be just as stubborn. Hey, man. You may be, have your own kind of ideas, your ideals, and, standards and all that kind of stuff. And this person coming in is also going to be like very similar to that. But I also get, like with this Sacred Woman here and the Sage, that you guys may be very much spiritually inclined, right? You guys may share strong beliefs but they may be different. And I kind of get the feeling here with the sacred woman, it's going to be important for you to, you know, trust in your own like inner wisdom, trust in your own inner guidance, and allow that to kind of lead the way when it comes to love, right? But also be open to change, be open to new things, right? Because, you know, cultures, religions, people change. And we need to do the same, to be open to new things, right? Don't be too stubborn, okay? Let's see what else wants to come out. Read 2 more for Aquarius, please. Okay, so we have here serendipity. Yeah, so you may be in a space where you're kind of, you know, languid, kind of feeling like, man, when is my boo gonna come? Okay, it's coming. Be, you know, trust that it is. But I kind of get the feeling it's going to be important for you to be open-minded, right? And to not kind of get too focused on who's coming and when they're coming, but like just get into a space where you're enjoying the journey, right? And you're allowing things to kind of flow and move in the ways that, you know, they want to, right? Which is going to, you know, it's going to be necessary for you to be open-minded and to be open to kind of changing directions and moving in different ways and trying new things and seeing things in new lights, right? Just one more for you with this. Okay, so we have here commitment. Okay, so yeah, it's time for you to get committed to yourself and to like your goals, right? To focus on what's important to you, and make sure that you're doing those things on a consistent basis. But also get, you know, being open to going in new directions and doing different things, and not being so kind of putting so much restriction on yourself and others, right? Allowing things to be as they are and allowing them to change and move in new and different ways, right? Because once you allow yourself to be open, that's when, like I say, the magic happens. But let's pull some final messages for you. Let's see. Some final messages for Aquarius. When it comes to this reading, or just in general. Final messages for Aquarius. Final messages for Aquarius. Please. Okay, so we have clarity. Let me trust my deepest instincts in all ways, especially when matters are unclear. May my own holy intuition always guide the way. Yeah. But when I see this, I do want to say, right, allow your intuition to guide you, but don't allow like your past experiences to like dictate and kind of, you know, cloud your judgment, right? You know, we're meant to learn from the past and, you know, gain knowledge from it, but don't allow it to keep you stuck in one way of seeing things or one way of doing things, right? So let's get 2 more for Aquarius. Okay, 1 more please, and thank you. For Aquarius, thank you. So we have companionship. When you fully bless and embrace your aloneness, you're ready for the ones who are meant to be with you. May I welcome this solitude, knowing it will open the way for all healthy relationships. Okay? So yeah. Take your time. Get comfortable, like, where you are. Don't get too kind of focused on, you know, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Take your time. It's coming. Okay? Then we have challenges. Unbearable situations throw you directly into God's arms if you are open. Please take over, divine, and guide the right actions. Please take this burden and show me your will. Yeah. I feel like that goes well with what I was saying about, you know, being open-minded. You know, don't kind of allow the challenges or how things aren't working the way you want them to kind of cloud your judgment or kind of get you focused on one way of things going. I don't even know if that just made sense, but like, don't get too caught up in how things are playing out or when, or, you know what I mean? Just allow things to unfold and just make sure that you're focused on being the best and doing the best and allowing yourself to be guided by your intuition and by the divine. Right? All right. That's all I have for you, Aquarius. I hope this reading helped you in some way. Please let me know down in the comments how it resonated for you. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more videos like this one, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I truly appreciate you, and I hope to see you soon. Peace out.